Hey, it's Jeff Pulver, and if it's Mondays, it's time for Ask the
Ask the
Oracles.
oracles.
And I'm going to hand over to Monty and Amy and say, how are you doing? And by the way, happy almost birthday.
Thank you, Jeff. My birthday's tomorrow, and our cat Zane's birthday is tomorrow.
He's going to be 20 years old.
And I'm going to be 70, which is a little bit of a shock, but, I'm so blessed. So full of gratitude because of him.
It sneaks up on you being 70, and you start to realize the end of the conveyor belt is near.
What are you doing?
Wait, I want to show everybody what Zane looks like.
Our handsome Zane. Zane's an Aries with Sagittarius rising, Moon and Pisces like Monty. Anyhow, we keep him going. He's treated like a king.
And I'm going to do a book one day about Zane, and this is the cover. I'm giving you all a preview.
The Way of Zane.
Zane.
Yeah, feline philosophy from my shaman cat, because I've learned a lot from him. And speaking of learning a lot, I got a reading from today's very, very, very special guest, and I learned a lot.
Michelle Marie, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Are you kidding?
It's perfect because it was just a vernal equinox and you're an astrologer. And I know you use Monty's karma cards, which we thought would be fun to have you share. Well, I'm sure they trigger stuff for you because you're so knowledgeable about astrology.
She needs stuff to step down her knowledge. The karma cards are so simplified that that helps her talk to us mere mortals. You got a reading from her too, right, Jeff?
Yes, and I one of the first times in many, many years, I actually wrote a review, and I shared my experiences with Michelle. I was blown away, literally, and the depth of knowledge, it was just incredible. So
yeah, and you're a Vedic astrologer. For those who don't know, well, actually, you tell.
Yeah, tell us about your work.
Oh, okay. Well, I started getting into Western astrology as young as 9 years old when I was in Girl Scouts. And I just recently moved into Vedic astrology a few years ago when I discovered Komilla Sutton, who has a YouTube channel. And I bought all of her books, and I ended up getting this book. It's I recommend this to Monte. It's Eastern Systems for Western Astrologers. So if you're heavy into Western astrology, this is the book for you to get into that more Eastern way of thinking. But it's based on the sidereal zodiac,
that's right.
And they go by the constellations rather than just anyway. So it's a little bit different in degrees. It's based out of India. It's about 7,000 years old. And it's got a lot of history behind it, and it's basically the original astrology. So it provides a lot of roots into my own experience with Western astrology as well, which I absolutely love. And yes, I love your karma cards, Monte. They're perfect for my readings. I always do a reading at the end using them just to show people that now that you know a little bit about your chart, you can use these cards to, access your higher self, your guides, your God, goddess, to really get the directional advice that you need from day to day or for big decisions.
Well, it's a big honor for me. And for those of you who are interested in karma cards, the new edition of it, the 30th anniversary edition, this is what it looks like now. Michelle Marie has a vintage edition.
I do. It's actually my second deck.
Yeah.
You wore it out?
Yeah, well, it's been going for 30 years.
Monty first developed them before computers. He had them on file cards and worked, and then because he worked in the movie business, he would experiment with thanks, Jeff.
Jeffrey has a
he has the same learn as me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, well, that's my baby steps compared to Jeffrey in terms of doing stuff. I mean, you were ahead of your time in so many different ways. You could do a deck of cards based on all the times you've been ahead of the curve of what ends up becoming the norm of society.
Yeah, but that will get boring, right? So we don't have to do that.
Maybe for you.
But we were saying, Michelle Marie, and you know what the astrology is now, that people have to innovate,
Yes.
with the Saturn Uranus thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
That
You are exactly right.
to be inventive, and we've kind of been forced to find solutions and to trust our intuition, and we're not going to go with the old way anymore, even though we're kind of attached to certain old ways. But sort of bring on the new or make your own new.
Right. Here's where the planets are today for those of you who are keeping track. And for those of you who are keeping track, you probably have this yourself, so what am I showing it to you for? But you can see there's a lot of stuff in Aries. And what Michelle Marie was talking about before, Vedic astrology uses the constellations. It's also known as sidereal astrology. And Western astrology uses the first point of Aries as the vernal equinox.
That's why we say this is a new year.
Right. So for astrologers are all around going, Happy New Year, and everybody looks at us like we're nuts. And we are nuts. But for us, this is the new year. And a lot of people, myself included, have been waiting for this time because now things are going to get going. Besides the fact that I get to see Amy wearing a crown, which I happen to like very much.
Michelle Marie,
great.
thank you. Once on Monty's birthday, I forget which one, I got him a Vedic astrology reading, and I didn't know who to go to, so I found someone online.
A very respected older
He seemed
man.
respected, but it put us off Vedic astrology because it was so vague.
Well, he was like, at 76, you're going to decide whether you want to die or not. And I
that
was
was
like,
it.
what? Wait, huh?
Then-
What was that?
It was on a cassette or a tape, and then it stopped at 76. I thought that was like kind of cruel. But also, it said at age 50 you might need glasses. It was like
It
ridiculous.
took a while long. No, but
So I'm so glad you're kind of bringing us back into.
yeah, I was going to set up another appointment with you and get a Vedic astrology reading just to.
Oh, that would be amazing. I already know your nakshatra, so Uttara Bradpada, so
I think
my God, I don't
Monty
even know what
loved
that
the way
is.
you compared his chart to Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that was good.
That kind of was a nice hook.
Right after that, I was like, oh, whatever you say, I'm fine with. That's
well,
great.
you know how you were Muhammad Ali. Guess what Jeff was?
Well,
Thomas Edison.
Oh, that's so
perfect.
accurate. So in other words, he has a point near a fixed star that has to do with Edison.
His lagna. Sorry, his ascendant. Yes.
Oh, his ascendant. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Jeffrey, could you come change the light bulbs in my house?
But you know what's ironic is the location that Vonage ultimately had as its first office was in Edison, New Jersey,
Oh, that's so
Oh
funny.
my God.
and I was
It's all
pulled
tied in.
there because I at the time I wanted to find talent, and I thought Long Island would be good for aerospace engineering, but I had to be in Jersey for telephony stuff. But I had to go to Edison. That's where the office space literally was.
That's
It's
amazing.
so cool. And Tesla was on Long Island, right?
Yeah, you mean the wireless power experiments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Which is coming back, I'm sure. And we got to give a shout out to Cartomancer Magazine, the sponsor of Ask the Oracles. We're so proud to have them as a
Open
sponsor.
it up here.
I will open it up here. The birthday girl has instructed me.
Because it has Ask the Oracles advertised it.
Yeah, there's our Ask the
Oh, look at
Oracles
that.
advertisement. We're in print. We're real now.
Well, now we're real.
When I was growing up, nothing was real to my mother unless it was on the television. So now it's real. We're in a magazine.
Wow. Are any products or promotions you'd like to have us promote on your behalf, Michelle?
Besides your
goodness.
charts, and I advise
Well-
everybody to get a reading from her.
Put your website there. I think.
Yeah,
you can
it's
put it-
astrologicaltarot.com. I'm on Instagram most of the time, and I
That's
have a
where we
link
met
tree with
you.
all of my links there.
Well,
Okay.
during the show, Lauren rotates in, and we encourage shameless self promotion. So if there's any particular URLs you like to have in the chat, just make sure put it in yourself. We'll copy it and we'll put it. Make sure it's populating as the show continues.
And
Thank
Can
speaking
you
of,
show them mindful astrology while we're being shameless?
wait a minute, did I miss a shameless self-promotional opportunity? Wait, here's Amy's art book while you wait for the other shameless self-promotion.
That's beautiful.
That's coming out in end of August.
Yeah, we just got the final cover, and Mindful Astrology has apparently decided to have legs and to go away. Isn't that nice?
Oh, there it
Oh,
is.
there it is. Wait a second.
Because it's coming out April 13th.
Yeah, we have
Yay.
3 books coming out this year. We're doing an essay for our public school class, How I Spent My Pandemic, and
That was one of the ways.
that's one of the ways we did it.
But it's a hardcover. It's beautifully illustrated, and if you buy it, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, until we get our security
Because
token
it's my
thing
birthday,
going.
I can say that.
Right, and it's sort of the follow-up to Astrology for Wellness and Karma Cards with Zane. There he is. Okay, so without further ado, let's do some questions. And remember, put your questions in the chat. I hope
thanks,
you've done it.
Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So Lauren,
Okay, our
first question of the day
today is from Karen.
Okay. Oh, we're keeping
yeah,
it. It's
Karen.
Mishpucha.
Mishpucha, love it.
Yeah.
And my question is actually about my youngest daughter. She's just had so many, as with all teens, had a lot of stuff happen. But she now has COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
no.
upstairs. And so I just she just can't get a break. You know, she's the one, I don't know if people remember, she did not get into the sorority she wanted. She did so many things, and she is so resilient and so positive. She's like, okay, I'll quarantine and then I'll be back down, and can we go to dinner? And she's so positive. I think I'm the one struggling more with all these things.
So
what do you
what's
want
the
to know,
question?
Karen?
And my question is, what do you see positively happening for her in the next few weeks? Is that a good way to phrase it?
Yeah.
Or what you can do to help her?
Lauren and Jeff, how can I ask? I just want to know, is there anything good? What do you see? I don't want to know anything bad that's going to happen anymore to her. What is?
Well, we don't take the bad cards out of the deck, which we have ended up getting.
The star is one of the best cards in the deck because it's hope and it's healing.
Healing
so I
after
think
the
she's
storm.
going to feel a lot better in the next few weeks. And, it'd be good if you treated her like a star, make her feel like a star.
Get her a crown like Amy. It works.
That's true. It's a very positive card. So you asked if something positive would happen. Yes.
It's the most positive card. Michelle Marie, what'd you get?
I actually got Scorpio, which is, I know, Karen, you have a stellium in Scorpio, but she could be going through a time of transformation. And then I asked Spirit again, and I got the 9th house. And that would be maybe long distance travels. She might be having a trip ahead of her, just where it's just going to change the way that she thinks and does things. And joining a sorority is a huge commitment. I was in one, and it could prevent her from really growing and developing into the beautiful person that she's meant to be. So I see a lot of growth coming her way.
Okay, good.
and I pulled 3 cards but I have no idea how to interpret it, but it is originality, pitch, and there's transformation once again. So I don't see this as bad. But in terms of a message for her, I look, ultimately you're the mom. I don't, this doesn't feel, there's no negativity here at all. It's positive. I would just feel good that she'll get through this, and maybe the journey starts then. So
But all these parents were, what's that phrase? I know Elizabeth and I have talked about it. You're only as happy as your
least happy child.
Yeah.
Well, I wish that had been on my wall when I was growing up.
Thank you.
I had a sign on my says, "Remember, you have children." There was a sign on the wall in my house. But the thing with originality, I have never been in any kind of group like that, but I would think that being in a sorority squelches your originality.
Right.
Because you can't.
Well, there's rules, and there's you want to be like the other ones or the most popular one.
And I have 3 planets in Aquarius, so I joined the Civil Air Patrol, which is a civilian auxiliary of the Air Force, and then I realized these old perverts have control over me, and that was the end of that. and I'm serious. I was like, no way, and that's why I didn't go in the military as well. I had the glancing blow from those idiots.
Well, Michelle Marie, you got Scorpio. That also means that she has deep feelings. She's probably a sensitive person.
Very, very. And
deep
I love
thinker.
that Jeff got transformation. So
Which is Scorpio.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. She's got a really good attitude. I think I need to change my attitude. So
No, listen. I'm a child of a broken home. I did okay. Don't worry about the kids. What was that? The Who did that thing? The kids are all right. It's really true. Because they're out there doing their thing. And they don't want you to be worried, that's for sure. Unless, of course, they do. In which case, why should you care about a child that wants you to be worried? I mean, but that's a whole other legal argument for the courts to decide.
I know
You'll be
my
all
mother
right.
was a worrier, but I wasn't aware of it when you're young.
Everyone can just send a little virtual prayer because she's not feeling so great. That would be great. Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, I'll read her chart for her. I've worked with young people before. I worked with a 14-year-old girl during a move. I worked with her for a year. It was helpful. Maybe she needs to know her.
I mean, COVID wise, she's not feeling great COVID wise. So
Gotcha.
But thank you.
Sure.
Wow. Okay.
God, I love this show.
We're hoping
I
that you
do.
get
I
to
mean,
very
helping
fast.
people. There's nothing better.
Right.
And that crown, of course.
Fast.
Lauren can't hear you.
But can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Karen,
Those plants are going to get you, Lauren.
my hair. Okay, so here we go. Thanks, Karen. Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi,
Hi.
Victoria.
What's your
How are you?
question? We're good.
I guess my question is I've been feeling kind of lost, so I would just some insight on where to put my focus,
Okay.
specifically career-wise, because I'm tired of not working.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good question.
And the focus is and that's something for now, right? So the
Yes,
time frame
for
is
now. Yeah.
now.
Like
Okay.
now.
I need a deck. I can't do karma cards today.
Sure.
Okay, I'll use the creativity. Well, no,
Well,
Jeffrey used the
No, you
creativity.
use
Princess.
oracle.
too. It's fine. It's a wonderful deck with multiple purposes.
Thank you.
I've given it to
We
you.
like it.
It's yours now. Hey, I just want everybody to know that astrologically, the masks and all the restrictions will probably be lifted probably by Memorial Day. So one of the things everybody should be focusing on is getting ready to emerge from their cave.
You
Because
take a shower?
not that. Don't go crazy. What, does this month have an R in it? No, but actually it does. But the thing is not in New York and not in New Jersey and not in California, of course, but I'm talking about the rest of the world. And this is the card Amy picked,
From our new deck, Resolute.
the Resolute.
You have to resolve in your mind what you really want. In other words, you're feeling lost, you're feeling uncertain. That makes kind of a confusing energy, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
the cards want you to resolve one way or another. And it should be, we always talk about this on the show, what you're passionate about, even if you think that's impossible, but that's going to bring that energy to sort of focus on one thing. It's serious. It's sort of like get serious about it.
And she's got the crown, so you got to listen to her.
What do you get, Michelle?
I got a really good card. I got Jupiter.
Yay!
Yay.
Yes. So Jupiter is like the Santa Claus. He's going to come in and just bless whatever you decide to do. It also represents Chiron, the wounded healer. So I don't know if you're involved in the healing arts.
I am.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. So that's definitely the direction for you then. And yeah, it's going to be really blessed. And you might even do some long distance travel during this, once all these things are lifted. Meet some new people that are really going to change your life, and you're going to change other people's lives. But yeah, it's completely blessed right now. So go for it.
That could be teaching also, do you think? Jupiter?
It could be. I see Saturn as more of the teacher, but yeah, it could be. Yeah.
What'd you get, Jeff?
I got confidence, obstacles, and communication. So as far as an action item now, it's to have confidence. You will overcome your obstacles, and you will communicate.
Yeah, and Amy got the Resolute. The Resolute is basically you're just about to walk through, that line of people hitting you with sticks. But the thing is, you just gotta walk through it and just take it and keep moving forward. And Jupiter, you're going to get the job. So
Yeah.
yeah. So.
I think it's, it's still this transitional time. I mean, you're talking about the masks are going to come off and
Yes.
things are going to, but we're still sort of in this in-between time when, we're still scared. There's still so many people out of work. There's still, so many negatives. But we got to pull the positive in, right? For us we got to go through the fire, like you're saying.
Well, that's you got to walk the gauntlet. I have a friend who invited me to a big party next Sunday. I felt like he was inviting me to go for a picnic on the sun, on the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
What do you mean, a party? You mean with people and food? What are you kidding me? Wait a minute, I'll go put on my hazmat suit. You know, we're all traumatized, and that's something to remember. Everybody is traumatized.
And yet the only way it's really going to change is if we all change, you know, whether it's inside or change our, you know, into a positive attitude if we can.
Right.
To bring, I mean, spring helps with that, right? It's new energy, new growth.
We have to have faith and faith in our spirit. Listen, if we're all alive here talking about this stuff, we should all be really proud of ourselves. But at the same time, you can't take away from the fact that we're all traumatized. We all are. There's just no way around it.
Well, I hope that helps, Victoria.
There's nothing like being reminded that you're traumatized.
I said it to myself this morning. I have PTSD from a lot of things, so this is just one more additive. But yes, it does. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but Monty, she's a healer, so that's lots of business.
Yeah, business forever, forever.
That's true.
Pandemic trauma specialist. My God, you'll need a shingle the size of a billboard.
Well, you can't be a healer unless you've gone through a lot, right, Victoria?
Basically,
Right.
yeah. Yes, it's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Ask the oracles. It's Monday.
Yes. Okay. Our next question is from Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
I see her. She's down there. I see her.
Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so my question today is I graduate with my bachelor's in the middle of May, and I'm wondering if I should go straight into my master's or I'm thinking about maybe teaching English in Kenya.
Okay. Well, when they're pulling cards, I got the psychic was no for going straight into your master's. That's the psychic hit.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. But that's what I got.
I got a no for that.
What did you get, Michelle and Jeffrey?
Oh, I got the 12th house. There's something that needs to come to the surface first.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I got an immediate no when you were asking the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's for the master's degree.
Yeah, about slipping right into it. Now, the other thing was teaching English in Kenya. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, I know. Like, why wouldn't I?
I got a good one on that.
Amy got the 8 of Gems in the
That's perfectionism. That's
Enchanted Love Tarot.
That's showing what you're really good at, sharing what you're really good at. You know, it's sharing what you're masterful at. So I think you've learned a lot, and that's why you have to sort of, instead of jumping right into, it's sort of like jumping from one relationship to the other, right?
I wouldn't know what that is. We've been together since 1974.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Well,
You're welcome.
you know, and I'm not an academic. I never graduated college. I don't even remember being there actually, but I know I was for a year or so. Don't you ever have to come up and have a breath of air of the reality world and then go back into the academic world?
Yeah.
I would think that, you know, going out and seeing how your specialty affects people's lives would be important.
Yeah, and I agree. I did that between my associates and bachelor's, so I agree with that.
Well, yeah, congratulations on achieving that.
Right. To me, that's like having children. It's just like, wow. It's beyond this lifetime for me.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Our next question is from Rachel.
My Rachel? My cousin Rachel?
Your
Oh,
cousin
hi.
Rachel.
Manji, yes. My question is about my career. I don't know if I should stay or go, and if I go, I don't really know what to do. It's feel like it's killing me. Excuse me, I'm just walking on the side of a road, but
Well, don't let that kill you, please.
I
You
know.
sound like the Clash.
Now, but wait, I have a question. So are you asking about you being a musician, or are you about being a musician where you're a musician?
A musician where I'm a musician. I've been there a long time, 11 and a half years, and I'm at a crossroads. It's very hard for me to make a decision. So,
I mean, strangely enough, I got a good psychic feeling for you staying, but it doesn't sound like you want to. But I'm interested for what everybody else gets. And no pressure just because she's my cousin.
yeah, tell me whatever I need to know.
We had
She's
Lauren
your
on.
newly discovered cousin.
Right.
Well, who's your dad, Robert?
Susan got the Venus card, which is great.
I get the frustration card, so that's just describing what you're going through. In other words, you want to see growth coming out of all the hard work you've done, you know, everything that you put into what you put into. You wish you could see the fruits of that.
Hey,
But then I get the butterfly from our New Wild Goddess Oracle. So you know, the butterfly emerges from the cocoon. So I would say that sort of describing what you've been doing is sort of forming you. It's all good, but you are going to fly into something new.
Can I tell them what you do?
Sure.
Well, why don't you tell them? You know it better than I do.
Okay. I'm a musician with the Army. So people brought up the military before this. Somebody mentioned something about the Air Force and having control, and I was like, oh, okay, I get that.
That was your
That was
cousin
you?
Monty.
Oh,
No, but you play in the band in Washington that plays for all the official functions, right?
sort of. I mean, I sing classically. I play violin classically, but I do travel a lot. I travel about a third of the year normally before the COVID happened. So it's been challenging because you're sort of coming up against the creativity side with this military side, but it's a good job. I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm proud of you.
What do you get, Michelle Marie?
I love that you mentioned creativity because I got the third house of communications. And what that tells me is that's short trips, that's neighbors. So stay where you're at for now. And I got Taurus because that's your base, that's your material base right now, literal base. And then I got the South Node. So don't get too complacent where you're at, but where just staying local for now and where you're at is what I'm getting for you.
Cool.
And to, I guess, enhance that or just to re-elaborate, the three words I got were worry, collaboration, and flash. So I get that you're worried. The collaboration I found it fascinating because you can collaborate with others, but it's the flash written by your cousin. Monty, a creative flash of inspiration will come to you and quickly give you the perfect solution. So I give you the power to figure out what you're going to do next. And I have confidence that you internally know what you want to do, but perhaps you don't want to say it, but you feel it. And I wish you the strength to actually come through yourself and do what you feel you need to be doing, not what people are telling you should be doing.
Right. You're a farmer. We don't do what anybody tells us.
Right. You got to do it your way, on your
right.
terms.
so you're saying stay local.
No,
Don't.
I'm saying listen to yourself. Don't do anything we tell you to do, but stop fighting and go inside and hear what your voice says and act on it without any boundaries. Just do what you feel is the right thing to do for you, because you know your truth, and that's what we're talking about. We can encourage you that things will be okay if you stay, but ultimately you intuitively understand where things are because you are a farmer. And so I trust you truly know what's good for you, even if you don't want to act on it. But I would encourage you to hear yourself.
Yep.
And you should see the way the light comes through you right now on the screen. It's beautiful.
It really is.
Thanks.
It's like you're having a visitation. I think what Michelle Marie said was 100% true, actually. Just stay for now and little steps. Third house is trips, little trips.
I mean, in divination, sometimes you're not supposed to know exactly, even though you're yearning to know the clarity. But like Jeff said, the flash is going to come, and I got the butterfly, and Michelle Marie says, stay there. You're going to get the answer. It's going to come.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're in a dangerous situation. We're just trying to tell you that you will find your direction and that maybe it's with you, even if you don't see it. But I feel very comfortable that you're going to be where you want to be on your terms.
So in terms of moving,
We're comfortable,
yeah. In terms of moving, it's just like not now, not yet. Close, no cigar.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're
Thanks.
welcome. And I'll look at your chart later.
Come back again, please.
I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. I don't have. You're like my only family, almost.
I know. My dad mentioned you and Larry and everything, and I was like, oh, I need to meet him.
Oh, that's
So,
cute. I love
yeah.
it. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. All
Great.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our next question today is from Shem.
Where is he?
Hey, Shem.
Oh, hi, Shem. There's
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
We're good.
Good.
We have the windows
My
open for the
birthday was
first time
March
all year. What's your question? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
My birthday is on March 30. Any exciting thing happening?
Oh, so you
for
want to
me?
know what's going on for your whole
A
year?
birthday message?
Her birthday.
A birthday message.
Any
Birthday
message?
I get
But-
the Fool.
Have fun. Take a chance. Step off the cliff.
It's a new beginning, an adventure. So do something fun and adventurous and childlike. Our enchantment in our enchanted tarot is to blow bubbles. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, bubbles.
In our enchanted tarot, we have a little enchantment for each card. So you know
There are
how.
over 250,000 copies sold.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I am nothing if not consistent.
Right.
What did you get, Michelle Marie?
Well, I got Mercury and Jupiter.
Wow.
So I see
Nice.
some blessings coming your way. That's the Jupiter card. And then,
wow.
you know, Mercury could be like a
Thank
short
you.
trip. It could be, yeah. So that Mercury is a great card, ruled by Gemini, third house. So, yeah, I see good things for you.
And also that you could interpret that
I
as
need
think
that.
big.
Thank you.
Yeah, think big.
And I
Think
see, I got 3 good words. I believe communication, seed, and then ultimately manifestation. So
It's going to be a big year for you.
it could be a good year, big year.
Thank you so much.
And
You're
happy
welcome.
early birthday, Amy. I know where you can get a crown if you happen to be 70 years old. It's
Happy
going to be
birthday,
available
Amy.
in a few days.
Thank you.
All right, our next question today is from Genevieve.
Hi,
Hi, Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm a fellow Aries, so hey.
Oh, good.
So my question is, I'm working on a lot of projects, like I'm at the beginning of a lot of them.
You already said you're an Aries.
Yeah. Hence, like, I'm loving the last few days. And I'm at the beginning of a lot of them, but I felt like so far they're kind of like fruitless. And I know nothing happens instantly, but I guess I just want to know, am I putting my energy into the right things?
Okay. I know Aries want it right now, right? We hate
Yeah,
to
let's
wait.
go. I'm very
Yeah.
impatient.
In the tarot, Aries hate the temperance card because it's all about waiting.
Mm-hmm. And I understand I might need to wait. I guess I'm just, like I said, am I putting my energy into the right things?
Well, this says you're walking your own path. This is the Hermit card from Amy's Enchanted Tarot. Over 250,000 copies.
Over
sold.
250,000 copies sold.
Thank you.
I mean, do you want to know if you have to hone it down or focus on one of them, or do you just want to know if they're all going to happen?
Well, the one that you do without other people.
Right, the
is
one that you can
Hermit.
do on your own is the best one.
Okay, good to I'm doing one collaborative one and then one on my own.
So I think the one on your own is the one should have priority right now.
At least
Okay.
that's what we got, but we
What do you
defer to
get?
our
What do you guys
guest.
get?
Guest oracles get precedence.
Oh, okay. So I got Leo.
Showbiz.
Yes. So
That's
Leo's
so
an excellent
fun.
card. It's ruled by the sun. It's how you shine. It's how you show yourself to the world. It's your self-confidence. It represents the Sahasrara crown chakra. So literally a crown, like Amy's wearing Aries.
I love
And yes, yes. And then I got Sagittarius, which tells me you need to take that energy and put it into a laser focus.
Okay.
Because you've got all this fabulous, vibrant, sunny, bright energy to share with the world, and maybe focusing it down a little bit can really help you directionally.
Nice.
What does it have to do with Leo that triggered you, Genevieve? Is it?
It's a podcast, so
Oh, perfect.
That's
That's
Leo.
yeah, sweet.
So, and what I got was timing, stuck, and courage. So timing, I understand. Feeling stuck, well, treading and, not knowing what's happening, I understand, and courage. So I think if you stay with what you're doing, you'll be fine. But you,
Cool.
again, need to hear your voice, right? Because your direction is known by you. You can look for us to help reset your GPS, but look inside and see where your GPS is pointing.
Cool.
And have the courage for that.
Will do. I
Well,
love her.
Aries is the most brave and the most scared at the same time.
Aries are only afraid of feeling afraid. No, they're
hate that.
They're FDR. The only thing we have to fear is fear
Fear
itself. That's
itself, yeah.
That's Aries.
Mhm.
Because when they're in the middle of slamming each other with swords, you know, you can't afford the luxury of feeling scared.
Well, we do it even though we are scared.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the key.
Yes.
Well, good
Awesome.
luck, Genevieve.
Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
Lauren, those flowers are scaring me. I gotta say, they're like triffids.
Are you being consumed by those flowers, Lauren?
Oh my God!
Mary.
We are nothing except we are nothing but special effects people here on Ask the Oracle.
All right, Lauren, cannot hear you.
Shucks. Sorry.
It's okay.
But there you
What
go.
can I tell you? All right. So here we go. Next is Marianne.
Mary Ann, go for it.
Hey there, how's everyone?
All
We're
right.
good. Nice
My
to see you
question
again.
is, I just found out the company that laid me off back in October is starting to open up slowly, and I was wondering if they're going to call me back. And if so,
Psychically, I hear
should I
yes.
go back? Okay, should
Oh,
I go?
that's 2 questions. You only
That's
get
2
one.
questions.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, that's one question. If they call her, should she go back?
I hear yes again.
Yes,
Okay.
I get the Queen of Pentacles.
If only to make them see how much they lost.
I think you always get good money cards, Marianne.
This
you
is
know.
good.
I don't know, but that's great. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Sounds
staying
good.
with Monty's yes on that also. It feels right.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you get, Michelle?
I got 2 opposing cards. I got
Ooh.
the 12th house and I got the 1st house.
She doesn't want to
So-
go.
The 12th house is maybe something's hidden, something it just hasn't really come to the surface yet, and it will reveal itself. And the 1st house is, you know, it's your Manipura chakra. Go with your gut. You know, it's the house of Aries, the warrior, Mars. It's who you are. So I'm going to go with Monty on this one.
Okay, great.
Marianne, I don't know who you work for. Is it a large institution?
Yes.
Well, that's the 12th house.
Can't
There you
see.
go.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
great.
yeah. Oh, you like Susan?
Susan, I couldn't see what it was.
It's Mars.
Mars.
Yeah, because
Go for it.
the 12th house rules, you know, like large institutions where you're cog in a machine, as opposed to the 6th house, which is working for people you know. Used to be called the house of servants. So the 12th house is working for people that you don't know, like the government, you know, where it's so overwhelming. There's not like, oh, there's the boss. No, the people are the boss, or the court system, or a hospital even.
That's why you see in certain people's charts why they have good luck with big institutions.
Right, it's the studio rather than the stage, and it's true. What Michelle Marie got is opposite, because the 12th house is the studio, and the 1st house is the stage.
Okay.
We're teaching
Sounds good.
astrology here on Ask the Oracle.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Our next question today is from Amanda.
Amanda,
Hi, Amanda.
speak it out.
Is she muted or not?
Command the oracles.
Happy birthday, Amy.
Thank you.
What makes you think it's her birthday?
I'm a Leo. I can sense these things, and I like to count. My question is, how do I find joy now?
Okay.
I guess. And I don't want to go into it, but I got a call from the police saying that my future ex was trying to self-harm, and they wanted to verify the address. So I'm assuming that I haven't heard anything since then, that when I gave them his cell phone number, that everything's okay. But
That's
how do I
heavy
find
duty.
joy? But I guess I'm still the in case of emergency number or whatever. Or, I mean, how do I find joy while letting my past kind of.
Well, I mean, when it's happening, you're in the shit right now. So you can't really find joy when you're worried about someone you care about hurting themselves.
But it's her ex, so she already has, you know, trying to separate herself in ways. But I get the teacher from our new Wild Goddess Oracle that's coming out in September. So
that deck is beautiful.
Thank you. You know, there's a snake of knowledge. There's an owl that's wisdom. I think you have to reach out to your teachers, people that you respect, or, you know, even, yeah, thank you. To put you back into yourself and what you know and what your wisdoms are.
I know I'm only supposed to ask one question, but when I'm new with the karma cards, what the 9th house, somebody got, and so that I pulled the 9th house for me, and I wasn't, I guess, I'm still working on.
I think Michelle Marie knows the karma cards better than I do. So
It's philosophy, but go, Michelle Marie.
But yeah, just go. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, you said the ninth house, and that's, that's healing. It's medicine. It's Chiron. It's healing those wounds. So, I mean, what I got just psychically is protect yourself first.
Yeah.
And that was, so I got Uranus, so you're having a tower moment. Okay, lightning it's striking, but it's going to lead to a star, so it's not terrible. And then I got Virgo, and in Monte's fabulous Karma Cards book, he actually describes Virgo as kind of the protectors. They put in an agrarian community, you have to protect the crops, you have to protect the livestock. So what I'm getting is protect yourself in this instance, set up some boundaries, some fences to kind of keep the wolves out. But at the same time, kind of, communicate and do what you can from the sidelines, but don't immerse yourself in this. Virgo also represents, in my opinion, the sixth house, which is your health. So put your health first as well,
Yes,
especially your mental health.
and that's important for Amanda.
Exactly. So you really need to create those boundaries for yourself mentally and emotionally going through this.
I know your teacher, Amanda, is also Barbara, and she offers so many great tools. I know you know all these tools, but sometimes now we have to implement them in this time of crisis and they work, right? That's the wonderful thing.
Oh, they work.
Yeah, and by the way, it's a good move on making the situation an ex-person.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was hard. It was just like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, I can call. I can give the police his cell phone number. I can text.
Yeah, you don't want to get roped in.
And then I'm like, I can let that go now.
Yes.
Good.
Do it. Do what you can. That's all you can do.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And from the land of the Triffids, it's Laura and Paul.
Yes, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I got shrunk into my flowers.
It's so beautiful, but they scare me.
I'm so sorry. The next question today is from Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Hello, Susan.
Susan.
Hey, guys.
Susan.
Happy birthday, Amy.
Thank
you.
you.
So much.
Thank you.
I'm wanting to check and see. I've got 2 young folks that I've assembled to be my feng shui team. Have I got the right team together?
I mean, I heard psychically, I heard yes, but that's just me. I got the share card, trying to jump in here ahead of everybody for a change.
Go ahead.
To help you make progress, it's a good idea to share what you have and what you care about. I think that's a yes.
I pulled 2 cards because you're talking about 2 people.
Yes.
So I think one is very calm and aesthetic, that they have a great eye, and the other one's kind of a go-getter and can get that thing done. So I definitely feel good about it.
Good. Thank you.
Well, the first card I pulled was Venus, and then I pulled the Moon and Jupiter. So those are excellent cards for your team.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank
Venus
you.
is all about beauty. It's all about, beautifying your environment. And if that's what they're doing, they're going to do a great job.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm really excited about the whole thing. Thank you all so much for contributing.
I love feng shui. I mean, it's so powerful.
It is. I've had amazing demonstrations.
That's great.
Wow.
Some people have cats that actually are nice and come and sit with them. Yeah, there's a reason we don't have Zane here.
Where'd you see a cat? Was that Christy?
Yeah, Christy had her cat, and then the fur wall was visiting Ron and Jacqueline before. I mean, I would have Zane here, except the last time we put him down, he threw the whole thing out.
He's an outdoor cat. He has so much to do out there.
Right. He has to be a sidewalk superintendent.
He's busy. Okay, our next question today is from Joyce.
Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. What day is yours?
11 of April.
Okay.
God, the Aries, we can have a whole army here.
Yeah, I know.
You got
funny.
Aquarians and Aries.
That sounds like a good army to me. The Aquarians won't know what the hell's going on. They'll just be doing stuff, and the Aries will just be fighting.
Well, the Aquarians will be inventing the weaponry.
This is true. This sword is not good. You need a futuristic one.
What's
so
your
I
question?
would just like some cards pulled for me for this week because I feel energy, everything just changed and it really feels good.
Okay.
Did you say it really feels good or it doesn't feel good?
It does feel good.
Oh, good. Well,
I get the mask from our new oracle.
Whoa.
And, you know, the mask in the oracle keeps things to themselves. It doesn't reveal everything to everyone else. So if you got good stuff going on, don't
tell us.
They're not ready for good stuff to go on.
Oh, Michelle Marie's got something exciting.
Just to go, Amy, we are totally connected because I got the 12th house. So
Yeah,
that's
keep
hidden
secrets.
tendencies. Keep it secret.
And for
We're
those,
happy for you, Joyce, but you know, some people will be,
yeah. And you know, the first rule of magic after the first rule, which is P first, after the first rule of magic, the second rule is keep your mouth shut.
it's not so easy for Aries. We get enthusiastic.
I need a mask with plastic.
No, but actually, listen to that message, because I got it was my goodness, it was resistance, risk, followed by generosity.
Yeah.
So if you just stick with it, you will find something at the end of that. But it might be for you and no one else.
And just remember the immortal words of the American philosopher Andy Warhol: never volunteer information.
Some people get jealous, which you're not a jealous person, so you wouldn't know how that is. So
That's very true, but I have experienced that.
Yeah, Aries are not jealous as a sign, usually.
So well, you can tell us later.
Yeah, tell us later. And we'll rip you off. Don't worry.
Okay.
Because we need ideas.
All right.
Help me, get me out of this house. We have too many things going on.
Our next question is from Falan. Did I get it right this time?
Falan.
Hooray, finally.
Yay.
She's getting people to pronounce her name correctly, one person at a time. It's quite the achievement.
Yeah, it's Falan.
I'm glad. Welcome.
My question, and I have a sister that's involved in a domestic situation.
The most dangerous thing in the world, by the way, statistically for police.
Well, you know that from your policeman
I grew up.
father.
I'm in a police family, and that is a dangerous situation.
So what do you want to know about it?
How long it's going to take for her to wake up?
Oh.
Oh my God! I mean.
Okay, sorry. We're coloring our answers.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I don't even know if there's a card for that.
I don't think. Yeah.
We have to put a time on it. Will she get it together in 6 months?
Well, I hear no. I mean, it's really a hard thing to get somebody else to change. I mean, I think I told this story last week when the cop told me, you know, the big Irish cop told me when I was 7. I asked him if he was ever afraid of anything. He said domestic dispute, because women marry these guys expecting them to change. It's impossible to change anybody. It's hard enough to change yourself. It's something that stayed with me my whole life.
I get the Hierophant. That's the Hierophant's very traditional and conventional. So she probably thinks she has to stay and work it out, that the person was going to change. Is that correct, you think?
She's a Capricorn. I don't know.
That's a Capricorn card, yeah.
We thought he was gone, and then he came back. And so, but you know, when I talked to my older sister, she noticed some bruises on her. So we knew he was back. So anytime last month, he said he had to jump out of a moving car and run to the neighbor's house to call the police.
Oh, forget it.
Wow.
That she's got to get rid of that guy.
Well, yeah, so it would seem like you wouldn't want the person to come back, especially since the person doesn't have a job, has 3 kids.
Wait a minute, but
it's hard. Capricorns, they do stick with things for a long time before they change.
And here's the thing: you're working on your PhD. You can't be distracted with stuff like that.
It involves the whole family gets involved, right?
Yeah. So I'm the prodigal son. So they don't tell me. They tell my other siblings, who tell me. She would never have that conversation with me, because I've met the guy, and he said, I've heard of you. And I said, I've heard of you too. And so I talked to him, he's like, how many children you have? And he's like, 3. And I was like, are you joking? And he was like, why would I joke about that? I'm thinking, you're 26 with no no job, and my sister is 34, and we just don't understand it. So
yeah, but you can never understand stuff like that.
What do you get, Michelle Marie?
I can't wait to hear this one.
The first card I got was the 4th house.
Oh,
which kind of goes against the Capricorn nature because it's opposite Capricorn, right? But her home base is very important to her, keeping that like everything together all the time, which is a very earth sign thing. And, you know, I'm a survivor too, and I got the 5th house. Now, the 5th house is children, it's creativity, it's your self-esteem. It can represent Leo, for example. So she's really got to build on her self-confidence and maybe get involved in other things other than this guy. I will tell you, just as a survivor, what got me out was my creativity. Is I was able to invest my creative gifts into an avenue that got me in front of a lot of people who noticed things and then got involved and got me out. Because again, mine went back to my entire family. So, but I can tell you, as a Leo, no one ever guessed I was a Leo because my self-confidence was just shattered. So when I get this 5th house, I'm thinking she's just broken down by this guy. You know, he has shattered her in some way, and she's going to need a lot of emotional support. You know, I went to the Y. That helped me out a lot. I got some counseling. Therapy is excellent. It doesn't sound like she's ready to do that, but that's her way out.
Okay.
So
it's just like stopping drinking, right? The person has to be ready and ripe to make that change, and you can't make that for them.
And Amy got the Hierophant. The Hierophant's another word for the Pope. So maybe organized religion might be able to help her if she's a church-going person. That might be helpful.
I'm sorry you're going through that.
But I'm telling you, that is a dangerous situation, and that is a stay away from situation.
I've already explained. My younger brother, he boxes, and he gets a call because they can hear on the phone from her girlfriend and called him. I said, do not go over there.
Good.
Yeah, you get killed.
Yeah, because her boyfriend carries a gun. My brother wants to old-fashioned way and box, and I'm like, no. No.
I'm telling you, that cop told me, he says, when I hear domestic dispute come over the radio, I unsnap me gun. That's what he said to me. Because there's no more dangerous situation for a policeman than domestic dispute. Because the woman will turn on the cop if the cop hits her husband.
Well, you've heard there's more during the pandemic. There's a lot more of that.
And I don't want to be sexist. There's plenty of guys getting the shit beat out of them by women, too. I don't want to just make
Not as many.
Well, you could certainly take me. I know that, especially with that crown on. I'd just be staring at you, and you'd be able to nail me really easy. No, but I'm serious. I'm a tough person. I've stopped fights in the street.
Yeah, I hate that when you get involved.
But that's something to really be careful of.
Yeah, so I tell them to stay out of it because even she's...
Yeah, you got to become... I'm waiting for your name to say Dr. Fallon. You know, that's what I'm waiting for.
That's what I'm waiting for, too. So I try to stay away from that energy.
Good. Okay.
Good, Fallon. We know you got a lot to do yourself.
Yeah.
Susan just asked what Lucinda's doing. Lucinda's working on a sculpture.
Yeah, she's doing art.
I know.
She's not doing what you think she's doing.
Because, Lucinda, you're making motions. She wasn't sure what's going on there.
Right. No, she's not eating.
Okay.
Moving along.
Hey, Lucinda, just tell us what you're working on.
You might be muted.
Oh, here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I work at a sculpting studio as a sculpture fabricator and assistant. And so I'm making a piece of sculpture for the sculptor.
I know it takes a lot of handwork, all those things, but Lucinda's a fabulous artist herself. We share a love of collage, right, Lucinda?
We really do. And by the way, happy birthday to you and Zane.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Lucinda. Our next question today is from Bernie.
Bernie, what would a week be without a question from Bernie?
Is this another?
Uh-oh.
Is this another dream or?
You want a dream one? Strap yourself in, Michelle Murray.
We like practical questions.
I know I gathered that from the last conversation. So this one's more 3D for you. Max the cat passed away last year after being with us for 23 years. Really loved him. He was your typical dog cat, right? He was really good. Recently, I've been getting a strong feeling to get another cat. Is this something that's in the cards?
Well, that's an important
Now, did you say
question.
he was 23?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You're
Thank you
giving
for
us hope.
giving us hope that we can be slaves for another 3 years.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, we're working on 23 years as a slave now to a cat.
Okay, so this goes back to your intuition, and I know that you've been working on that. That's like you know the answer.
Yep. Okay. I guess maybe it's trying to find the right one is probably the right answer.
They find you.
So you definitely want one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They
wife,
find you.
maybe not so much so. We've gone through some trials and tribulations with multiple cats. And some were good, some not so good.
Yes, I know. You take that chance, but the right one comes to you, right? What do you
Yeah.
get, Michelle Marie?
Well, again, I got some dueling energies on this one. First, I got the South Node, which would be a no, but it popped out with Aries. So what the South Node is telling me is there's some anxiety, there's some trauma attached because you had this amazing cat in your past and he was amazing. And the next cat's not, he's going to be totally different or she's going to be totally different.
Right.
Aries is all about new beginnings.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I got good cards for you, but yeah.
Yeah, in other words, you can't judge the new cat by the old cat. Right?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
And Bernie, for what it's worth, I got procrastination, which I understand because that's what's been happening. You're seeking counsel, which is the second card. And maybe this is the name of the cat. Call it curiosity.
Oh, that's great.
That's witty.
That's so
witty.
perfect, Jeff.
That was so amazing. Now I understand why you didn't put them all together. There would have been too much reveal. That's great.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Good
Zane,
luck.
you got another 3 years. You hear that?
I just picked an extra card for you, how you're going to know the cat. So I get signals.
Ah.
So I do think the cat is going to tell you. You'll know.
Right. If you see a cat spraying on your leg, you'll sort of know that that's the cat for you.
Oh. Wow.
They do let you know. Anyone with cats knows cats are pretty amazing. They'll find the one person in the room that's allergic and go right to them.
Wow.
No, they do. I've never seen it fail.
Crazy. All right. Our next question.
Lauren,
today-
how are we doing with time? Just to check in.
We should be good.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Well,
Ask the
we're
Oracles
okay.
hasn't stopped time yet? I thought we were able to do that.
We do. I just wanted to see if we had to do lightning.
We
but
do
Lauren says
kind of,
no.
right?
Yeah.
I think we're okay. I think we'll make it through.
Okay.
That's positive.
Yes.
So, Christy, it's your turn.
Christy.
Hello.
Well,
And
I
happy
hear you, but I
birthday,
don't-
Amy and Zane.
Oh, thanks, Christy.
My question is, I've been a licensed real estate broker. I've been in license for 17 years. My question is, do you see me remaining in that industry?
Okay.
What
I mean,
time
I
frame?
heard yes as a psychic.
Okay.
Wow. But Amy got something different.
I get the initiation, Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning. I wonder if there's a new role that you can add or move into, a new opportunity within that.
I could do that, or I could do something completely different, but
I think it's
likely
moving-
it's within.
Yeah, I think, and that'll be good. I think
Okay.
you'll be energized by that.
Okay.
Michelle Marie.
Okay, I got Pisces first and then I got Scorpio. So,
Wow.
yeah, those are some really powerful water cards.
Okay.
So I don't know if those resonate with you, but you know, Pisces kind of tells me that maybe something hasn't really risen to the surface yet, or maybe you're projecting something. But
Okay.
Scorpio is telling me that transformation is coming your way. So it's the
Okay.
death of something and the rebirth of another. But I got that second. So
Okay.
That's powerful.
No,
I
that
mean,
makes.
have you
makes
thought
a
of
little
becoming
sense.
a professional psychic?
I
I mean,
about
that's
it.
what those two cards that Michelle Marie picked for
Well,
you.
also, I think you must really use your intuition in your business.
I do.
And I think you really care a lot in your business. I mean, it's a very emotional description of
Right.
Which is beautiful. That's a beautiful thing that you care so much.
Where are you located, if you don't mind revealing that?
I'm in the Dallas area, Texas.
Oh my God! Don't get out until you've sucked every dollar out. There's a million. There's a million people moving there every day.
It's insanity right now, though. It is insanity.
Yeah, well,
that's all I
hello.
can describe it as.
Yeah, you do not want to walk away leaving chips on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeffrey, what? Right?
Absolutely, and I was, when you were asking the question, I was thinking actually that there was something else you could do to combine your real estate with, but I wasn't sure what it was. But the words I got were timing, accomplishment, and capable. So I think it will present itself to you, and it's not a bad thing. And so in the near future, you may continue doing what you're doing, but I do think future, you'll be real estate. It could be real estate related, but not necessarily in the role that you currently have. But don't be afraid of the opportunity when it's presented to you.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Thank y'all very much.
Welcome.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
And for the 8% of the people here who are probably thinking of moving to Texas, now you have a real estate agent.
Right.
There you go.
It's a good thing to have. Our next question is from Alessandra.
Hey, Alessandra.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Happy birthday, Eve, Amy.
Thank you.
I've just been through a wide swath of changes lately. I got let go from a very difficult job, but it was a no fault let go. So it was no comment on my skill set. And I had signed an apartment lease right before I got let go of this job. So I'm kind of scrambling to afford the apartment. And I've been pet sitting for this cat on and off since 2017, and the owner just said, why don't you take the cat? So I have a dependent now for the first time in years. And I don't know, all good things, but I have a lot of nervousness rushing through me. And I just want, some general
guidance.
I mean, psychically, I kept hearing the voices that I hear, which I'll probably get committed for, but saying, tell her not to worry because things are going to be okay. I mean, I really heard that, and I've never heard them giving me the instruction, tell her or tell him. So that I don't understand. It must be a relative of yours. And Amy got the weirdest of the goddess cards.
Not that weird. It's the balancer. I think anything that you can do that brings you into balance. I used to suffer from anxiety when I was young, probably your age. I have all kinds of things that help me. Did you ever try the Bach flower remedies? Because they're super powerful, right, Susan? Sharon knows all about that. They're very gentle, but they're perfect for anxiety. There's something called rescue remedy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because it sounds like...
Oh, yeah, there she has them.
It sounds like what you're describing is like general anxiety because there's a lot of stuff going on. So I highly recommend that. But the balancer is like anything, even a little bit of meditation. I know people put pressure on themselves that they have to sit for an hour. You just take a short time for, some deep breaths. Anything that feels balanced. Balance your environment, with whatever colors make you feel balanced. And so that's what the emphasis of this card is telling you. And all that kicks in, not right away. Right, Joyce? It's like Joyce knows all about breathing and yoga.
But I just want to say that we're not offering medical advice, and Bach flowers do have alcohol in them. So for anybody that has alcohol sensitivity, be aware of that before you take the Bach flowers. And of course, this might be a good time to say all our free readings come with money back guarantees.
Yes, they do.
And
what do you get, Michelle Marie, for her?
Well, the first one I got was really good. It was the second house.
Yay. You need
That's
money.
really good. That's resources will be coming your way. And
Yeah, I
you
think
tend
so.
to be a very practical person. The second house is ruled by Taurus. It's practical. It's the King of Pentacles. It's you're very invested in keeping your material base secure, which is a very good thing to have. And then I got Uranus. So you are having a bit of a lightning moment right now, but know that Uranus, even though in my opinion represents the tower in the tarot, it also represents the star afterwards. So even though you're kind of going through this upheaval right now, the things are going to pan out for you. And I'm going to go along with Amy and recommend that, you know, you take deep breaths, do yoga. I struggle with anxiety too. It's not easy, especially when your whole world is upside down. So.
And for what it's worth, I got share, perfectionism, which I don't know if that's related to you, if you find yourself being a perfectionist or not. But then the emphasis, of course, on recharge, which is what has been the message.
Yeah, and you said you're leaving a difficult job. I mean, you're obviously a professional person. Look at your microphone setup. You got a spit guard in front of it. It looks like a Neumann microphone. So
also your cat. We met your cat at one of the last shows. That cat is there to help you too.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing. And it's not like you haven't had a dependent since 2017. It's just that now it's yours, which is cool.
Yeah.
You seem like he was already yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he loves to snuggle you. That's the best.
Yeah. Aww. Yeah, I'd like to point out that after 20 years, Zane still has not sat in our lap. I mean, he's an Aries cat. He's out there. He's a big boy. You know, he's out there.
You must like Aries.
Yeah, I do like Aries. I like
All right.
Good luck.
Our next question today is from Judith.
Judith.
Hi, Judith.
Hey, Judith.
Hi. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes, sure can.
Okay. Well, there seems to be a theme today because my question relates to
Bernie's dream.
No, free floating anxiety.
Yes.
I would now like to go back in the time machine to point out that we're all traumatized.
Yes, and
it's
by
real.
The way,
it's not an imagination. It's not just a word.
I have been chomping on rescue remedy lozenges, which don't have alcohol. By the way,
thank you.
Right, in case anybody didn't know that. So anyway, also with.
And living in New York City, by the way, from the sound of it.
Can you tell? Yeah.
That's the official bird of New York City.
Anyway, when I start getting free floating anxiety, I'm usually feeling that something is about to happen. And with Uranus heading for opposition to my Saturn, that usually causes me to go, ah! So.
So what's the question?
What do you want to know?
I just want a general. No, I know how to spell that. I'm really good at spelling that. So just a general WTF.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I got a new capo. It's really weird. It just came in the mail during oracles.
Well, there's your answer right there. You got a new capo.
It's really weird. Okay. Everybody circle to the left.
I get free spirit in the wild goddess.
Yeah.
I think inside of you, you're yearning to be free again. I mean, and we're all kind of victims of feeling restricted. Yes.
Well, you were on a COVID ward without COVID. I mean, that you didn't have it. And then you broke your leg or your hip or something. And I mean, yeah.
Pelvis.
But the free spirit expresses her own originality, her own self. We know you're an Aquarius, so you got that in. I think that'll make you feel better just to write who, you know, your feelings, who you are. I know you do on Facebook, but I put that energy into your new website where you just have fun with, you know, you're not like anyone else, Judah.
So did you say you have Uranus going opposite your Saturn?
Any minute now. Yeah, I've got Saturn at 9 and
Well, keep in mind that's happening while in the sky right now, this second. Uranus is squaring Saturn. So
my natal Saturn is.
No, I know that, but what having
he's saying that energy is in the bigger picture.
Yeah, so you're getting a double whammy from the whole thing, but it's
you
all
have
about
to do something new.
Exactly, innovate or die. That's what the Saturn Uranus.
He doesn't mean die.
I don't mean no.
I know. Well, then we're coming into Passover, so it's die, enu, die, enu.
No.
Got him! I got him! Yes! All right. And with that, Amy, this is for you. Meow, 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 meow. Meow,
Thank you.
meow, meow,
Ouch.
meow, meow, meow.
It's really nice over earbuds, I gotta say. I won't have to clean my ears for a month.
I appreciate that. What do you get for her, Michelle Marie?
Well, I got Pisces, so I don't know if you work in healthcare or a hospital.
No,
but...
she's just really stoned right now. That's what
I did.
Okay, so you did work in a hospital and you're in the
Well,
COVID zone
actually
now.
in a nursing home, and that's where I got injured.
Oh my goodness.
That's where I got injured, and that's where I got traumatized. So, it's been fun.
She was breaking up a domestic dispute.
No,
only kidding. Only kidding.
Well, I got Pisces and then I got the North Node. So, follow that true path. And maybe having this time in quarantine can kind of give you some of that introspection that you need, that psychic introspection to really direct your path moving forward.
Okay, that works. I'm not going outside with all that Uranus energy. I am not going outside. I'm not falling down again.
Good.
Just
But,
work on your website.
Look what
I'll give you this. There's timing, happy accident, then accomplishment. So there you go.
So maybe it
That's
was a
perfect,
happy
Jeff.
accident that I had an accident.
A very well
Perfect, Jeff.
My oracles. We have 5 people left.
Okay.
You have
let's lightning round.
Lightning round.
15 minutes.
Lightning round.
So maybe
Okay.
2 of you answer. We'll see. But
Okay.
next up is Sean.
Hey, there's Diane.
Hi, Dan.
Hey there.
Hey, Diane, our guest on April 5th.
Okay, Sean.
Thank you for taking the question.
Hey, Sean.
It's good to see you again, man.
Thank you. I was wondering what the guys wanted me to know for April.
Okay.
Okay. I think we got good questions.
Yeah.
People really know how to ask the questions now.
I got the go deeper.
Okay.
Expressing the deeper meanings in life while staying attuned to childlike wonder is at the heart of all great art. But I have a feeling you're like that anyway. And this is
My
the art
therapist.
on that card.
And I've been telling everybody that we've been traumatized by the pandemic.
Yeah,
So,
right?
Well, you're a therapist, right, Sean?
Yeah, that's literally all I talk about.
Well, it's so true.
So I get the celebration card. It's the 3 of shells and our Channel Love tarot deck, but it's also the 3 of cups in the normal deck. So there's going to be a lot to celebrate, and a lot of joy.
Okay.
That's
positive.
There's something.
Can't get better than that.
There's an eclipse in June. I mean, this is for everybody.
Yes.
There's an eclipse in June, and there's something called a Saros cycle, and you go back 54 years to see what the eclipse relates to. Summer of Love, 1967.
We predict.
The Summer of Love is coming up, everybody.
Get
so
ready.
It's going to be happy days are here again,
Of course,
sort of,
it's
kind
going to
of.
be different than the last time.
Yeah, and everyone won't be high off their ass.
Look, if we don't appreciate life and love and everything that's good now.
Absolutely. Happiness isn't a destination. It's right here, right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's a lot of good things to look forward to. Yeah, but at the same time, keeping in mind, like you say, we're all traumatized.
Yeah. So, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I really enjoy these conversations.
Oh, thanks.
We too. I mean,
Michelle Marie, do you have something to add?
I have great card. I got the 2nd house.
Nice.
Money,
that's
money too.
Money.
Nice.
That's a great. I mean, you can't really get much better than that. That's the King of Pentacles in
right.
life. Yeah.
Right. And it's our values and all that other
material base,
all the good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really do
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
So sorry.
All right.
All right.
Next
Our
question.
next question today is from Diane.
Diane Ferraro?
Diane Ferraro's asking a question of me? Oh my God.
Want an oracle? Wants the oracles to answer an oracle question?
I feel like Animal on the Muppet Show. I'm so freaking excited. Hi, everybody. Happy birthday, everybody. Love you all. Thank you so much for taking my question. So my question is, if I begin my seasonal hospitality work, you know how it is on the East End when the spring hits, right?
Yes.
If I begin my seasonal hospitality work, what do I need to know or do to keep the momentum going with my own business? My tarot, my consulting, my...
Yes.
I heard that you have to ask for more money.
Okay.
I mean, that was the thing, and then maybe
yes,
that'll
we
help.
talked about that too. Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember talking about it, but
I get the 4 of Wands, which is great. So I think you can make it happen. I think you'll be giving thanks that you are doing it all.
Okay.
But there is some sort of partnership, I think, that'll help it go more smoothly.
Okay.
What do you got, Michelle Marie?
I got Leo.
Oh,
So
yay.
show the world who you are. The sun
Okay.
card. It's beautiful, sunny and bright, great energy. And then I got Sagittarius.
Okay.
So really honing down that energy. And I know that your Mula Nakshatra, which is a Sagittarian moon. So
Right.
trust that intuition of yours too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll
We
just
know
throw,
we know you can do it all, Diane.
Oh
yeah,
God,
Diane,
thank
I
you,
didn't pull
God.
a card, but I want to share a message of rebalancing to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That during that time, just rebalance what you want to be doing, as opposed to you're in control of the work that happens and not the reverse, and to rebalance your priorities so that you end up happy, as opposed to just working.
You're hired. You're hired as my personal guide and life coach. Where do I PayPal you, Jeff?
He's a really good one, actually.
He
Well,
is.
it's funny
Thank you,
because
Jeff.
the other card I picked from the Wild Goddess is Guardian.
Oh.
So I think it is important for you to have, somebody like Jeff or whoever, or your spirit guides to pull in to help you do what you have to do at each task that you have to do.
Yeah, that really resonates. Thank you so much.
And the thing is that to balance the two jobs, because one thing does not take away from the other. I remember when I did Karma Cards in '88, but I didn't retire from the movie business till like '93 or 90 something.
Right.
So that I used to do them both.
Yeah.
And one thing was the other. There's not one was better or worse or had more prestige or one thing didn't undermine me doing the other thing.
Right.
And Diane, here's something to think about, because
Thank
Jeff
you.
brought this up, that we had a fantasy about a winter Ask the Oracles at Gurney's.
Oh, how
Yes.
awesome.
What do you think?
I love that.
We'll talk.
We'll definitely talk. I think that's extremely doable.
In person, right?
Absolutely. I'll have to
Yeah.
call some people.
Okay.
Well,
right.
she knows the people to call. That's why we're talking about it.
Absolutely. Let's absolutely talk about that. I love that. And of course it comes with a 3-night stay for everyone presenting, right?
course.
Like
Yeah,
access,
right.
okay, and meal cards. Okay, cool.
Pencil it in, Michelle Marie.
I love it. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you all. And
We
chat
love you
soon.
too,
See you tonight
Diane.
on
Well,
Astrology class.
and just to
tonight.
finish what Amy said, I love that you got Guardian, because Diane's Guardian is amazing. Kali. Om
Oh,
Jai Shri
chills.
Kaliye Namaha. Yeah. Om Jai Shri
Wow.
Kaliye Namaha. So
You believe I have her on my side? I'm so lucky.
I'm so excited to live in the age of powerful women.
I love you all. Thank you. I love you all.
I
Happy
just want to
Aries
point
season.
out the birthday girl's deck. These are things that she just printed on the printer with her handwritten words on them.
But it's going to be a deck.
It's going to be a real deck, and it's going to be real soon. But I mean, that's one of the things Amy did during the pandemic. The birthday girl, she did 52 paper collages. And
I can't help it. I have 3 planets in Aries.
Yeah, you Aries, you guys scare me.
All right. Our next question, we have 3 more, is from Devin.
Devin.
Hi, Devin.
And I guess I was just wondering if there's anything I should be putting my attention on or paying more attention to focus for the next 2 weeks.
That's a good question.
I mean, psychically, I heard there's something going on with your family, maybe older family members. I don't know if that's true. I could be wrong, of course.
I get the wish card.
So forget what I said.
So, no, I think, that's maybe one aspect, but this is also telling you to make a wish of what you really, really want. So you might be getting your wish. You might be focusing on a wish, but there's only one wish card.
Yeah, it means wish granted in a happy way.
We like it when that card comes up.
And just to go along with what Amy said, I got the first house. So what I would recommend doing is Monte and Amy have this amazing book. It's called Quantum Affirmations. And there are a lot of activities that you can do to kind of channel your desires, what you want out of life, your path, and the way you project yourself to others. It's fabulous. So really focus on that first house energy. And look at if you have any planets in your first house, go ahead and take a look at those.
Great advice, Michelle Marie.
I'm not prejudiced at all.
Our next question is from John.
We are so lightning rounding here.
Hey, John, are you new to Ask the Oracles?
This is my second week.
Oh, good.
Welcome.
So, thank you. My question is I'm involved in a startup that has a team already formed, but I've also have a calling to start my own on the side. And my question is do you see the two teams joining together, or do I need to create a separate team?
Okay.
It's just joining together.
I guess, well, this is communication for joining together. I guess as long as they can communicate, because this card in the tarot, the Eight of Wands.
I think there's a lot that you love about, this collaboration, but I get that for keeping it separate, I get the Emperor.
So
that thing that you're
better.
thinking on your own can be really, really big. So maybe it's like what we were talking about before. There's like a crossover where you start to, you're doing one while you're starting the other. And then you'll eventually separate into the second one.
But not knowing your situation, when you see the Emperor come up, it might mean that the boss of bosses of the first one might not like it that you're doing another one. Got to be careful of that. So maybe that's the communication card saying, like before, don't volunteer information. I mean, Jeffrey is the expert on startups, so I mean, I defer to him 100%.
Well, I'll comment after Michelle.
Well, I got Virgo, and that's what Jeffrey is. So
ask the Virgo. Forget the Oracle.
And Virgo does rule the Vishuddha nakshatra, which is the throat. So it's all yours, Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, look, I think the cards I pulled just for the sake of conversation was trust, distraction, and nurture, and so I think when you're asking the question, I think ultimately you need to make you need to decide that answer yourself, because I've experienced those situations coming down in a positive and a negative, and everything is situational. So it's. But it's like if you strongly feel you need to do things your own way with your own team, do it. But the sooner you do it, the better, as opposed to prolonging things. Because there's a time issue which is not reflected here, but I think there's timing. So if you see it, knowing you, I would say do it. And as much as collaboration is always nice because you want a win-win, sometimes you just have to go with what you feel is the right thing to do when it feels like the right thing to do, because you got to protect you too, right?
I psychically felt that the collaboration needs work now.
Yeah.
And that if you were to go off and do something, it would take away from the first thing. I mean, that was the feeling. That's the feeling I got. And then when Amy got the Emperor, all of a sudden I realized, maybe there's the power in the situation, because the Emperor represents the big boss. Might not like the fact that you're doing something. So if you're going to do it, you got to just then
do it.
Communicate.
Yeah, it's like John. It's like John needs to be the Emperor for himself to actually just take charge and do it, as opposed to look for equilibrium between what he wants to do and what he's currently doing. So I've seen that, I live that, and so I'll tell you, you need to figure out sooner rather than later where the priorities are, and don't let anyone but you distract yourself on that.
Thank you.
If that makes any sense.
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm surprised we don't have everybody in the tech industry just coming on here and asking you tech questions, Jeffrey. I mean, forget it.
We did that one time. Do you remember what happened at the very beginning of the oracles?
No.
Oh, come on, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. They were like the founder of Macromedia and all these other people.
Somebody came because he thought we were talking about Oracle.
Oracles.
Oh, that's true.
I forgot about that.
Oh, I remember that.
He didn't know what's
confused.
going on.
The poor guy was just like, I don't know what's going on here, but.
Yeah, we were talking about Oracle systems. Yes, I know.
So they thought Larry Ellison was going to be.
One more question. One more question. One more question.
Larry Ellison was going to be talking about his yacht with the mechanical masts.
Right.
This is from Lucinda.
Hi, Lucinda.
Good. Lucinda never asked.
She never asked a question.
What can we do for you?
Okay, so Monty knows that I wrote this book.
Yes.
So I've redone my pitch. It's a really good pitch now. I have my synopsis. The book is so cleanly edited, it squeaks, because I'm a Virgo too.
So what's the question?
I've been sending out pitches. So I was wanting to know, do you think that any of the people that I'm pitching the book to, like, will I get a positive response within, I don't know, 6 months?
I think you'll definitely get a positive response psychically, but do you think you need an agent?
Is that psychic?
Or is that who you're sending it to, or you're sending it to publishers?
I'm sending it to agents.
Oh, then yeah, because I felt like yes for the agent, for sure.
Okay.
Sooner than 6 months.
Yeah, I got sooner also. Because I got the Princess of Wands, which is fast, soon, spontaneous. So I think you're gonna, and it might be one of the first ones that you send it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think even after that, you're gonna have to be patient. Well, we know how that works, right?
Yeah, for real.
I know you have been patient because it's
No, and I also know
it's
the
just the
book's
way
good.
publishing is. They really take their
No,
time.
that's really good news. It's very optimistic because Monty knows I've been working on this for a while now.
Right.
What category is it in, may I ask? Is it a memoir? Or?
It's a, how do you say it? It's a narrative nonfiction. And so what it does is it takes several generations in my family, you know, because when my daughter was murdered and she was found naked in a box and in the city. And it so blew me out. And so it's a story of me putting myself back together, but I'm putting myself back together in a way by tracing my ancestors. And so it starts with my bootlegging grandparents during the Depression.
Good start.
And then they fall into the Detroit River and they get pneumonia and they die. And then my mother winds up with a pedophile. And of course, because she's with a pedophile, she's broken.
I can't see that book wouldn't sell. I just can't see it.
Lucinda, have you gotten any response from people?
Not yet.
Oh, I think you'll get a response, and I think it'll be positive.
So if you go into a bookstore, it's a nonfiction. They're very into how you categorize a book.
I would also pitch it as a Netflix series, as something that's it's going to be more on TV than actually even as a book. The book is part of it, but Michelle has a card. Michelle Marie has a card there.
Oh, she has a great card.
I got the 9th house, so this is going to be a global thing. I think it's going to bring people a lot of healing because you're taking your greatest wound, your greatest family wound, and you're turning it into this piece that a lot of people I think can relate to, not just on a local, but on a global level.
Yeah, I see the Netflix.
And I asked if you're going to sell it. I get the High Priestess. So that's
my favorite card.
Yay. Hey, what a great way to end
so
the show.
Just keep visualizing her to lead you to the right publisher, to lead you to the right person, and own that in yourself. You're the High Priestess. But how beautiful that you're sharing the wisdom that you've accumulated from such, I mean, talking about going way back. It sounds fabulous. Somebody just said in the chat that they want to read the book.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you, you guys.
You're welcome.
Well, on that note, I'll say, just remind people, if it's Mondays, it's time for Ask the Oracle.
And you can find Michelle Marie. I think I have to get a Vedic reading for my birthday. I'll make an appointment.
Thank you.
You can find her website in the chat, right?
Is it?
Yes, it's astrologicaltarot.com, at astrologicaltarot on Instagram.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you come back.
And Jeffrey was going to say something. Yeah, really. Thanks for being a guest and being such a wonderful person and helping so many people.
Oh, thank you guys. You're helping me. So I'm very honored to be here and to share your beautiful work. And thank you so much for all you do for everybody out here and helping them with their intuition.
As traumatized as we are, it's a great time to be alive.
And thank you to all our guests, our attendees. We love seeing you every week. And thank you, Jeff, for being our co-host. And thanks, Lauren and Harry, for being our producers. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Have an ass-kicking week, everybody.